today. So we're going to have some items that you can knock down, and then you could use your leg for kicking or some type of stick or something to knock down those items. You're going to also need your large towel here, and we have a surprise for you. Someone's going to join us. Mrs. Arlene is going to be one of our students today. So we're going to show you first some things that we're going to do with our towel to work on our kicking and get that motion going with our leg. Just as a reminder, we did post our warm-ups on the APE bulletin board. That's why we haven't been doing the warm-ups on each lesson. But you could always go to the YouTube link where all the lessons are, and the warm-ups are posted in there, okay? Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our towel. I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's going up and down, so it covers your whole body up and down. You're going to fold it in half and then fold it again. So what you're really trying to do is keep folding it, making it really small. You're making it really long and skinny, and you're going to try to make a knot at the end of it. So you have to twist it and make a knot just like you would on a rope or something like that, and then you pull it really hard. And so what we're trying to show you is, so now the knot will be at the bottom towards your feet. You hold on to the top, and this is kind of like a soccer trainer like we would use at school, where there's a long string and a ball at the bottom. Okay, so this is the first part that we're going to do. We're going to practice our kicking. And if you're standing, this is what it would look like, and if you could hold it yourself, then you would just hold it at the top and then kick your feet forward, kicking the knot at the bottom. Mrs. Debbie's going to show you. If you're sitting, you're also able to do this. So if you're sitting and you need some assistance, you can also do it. As you can see, she's pushing the knot away. Good, and she's still working on those kicking skills. Okay, so you can either alternate your feet, that means switching legs, or you could do one side. So that means extend your leg and kick the knot a few times, and then do the other side, kick the knot at the bottom a few times. Alright? So that's good. I think we're all ready for the next part. Miss Debbie, what do you think?
I think we're ready to make some cinnamon rolls.
Alright, so time to make some cinnamon rolls. So we're going to take that knot apart, and you're going to roll it like a cinnamon roll. So you could either roll it standing up, you roll it in, or you could roll it on the ground like Mrs. Debbie is doing. Okay? Whatever way is easier for you, you get that towel, make it long and skinny, and you roll it all the way until we have a cinnamon roll. Okay? Now the cinnamon roll, the swirly part sits or you sit on that, and that part's exposed on the top when we put it down for our kicking activity. So we're going to go ahead and
kick yours first?
Sure. So I'm going to put it down here on the ground. I'm going to practice my kicking by stepping and kicking.
One more time, and show that step one more time.
Alright, here we go. I'm going to step and kick.
Nice kick.
Alright. So now, if you're seated for this kicking part, keep practicing. If you're working on that right now, keep practicing. But if you're seated and you're working on the kicking, there's a few ways you can do it. If Miss Arlene is able to, she can try to move her foot. Good, and kick it down.
Nice.
If she has a little bit of a harder time, we could balance the towel on her foot. Oh, there you go. That's very creative. So there's different ways of doing it. Or you could also use a stick or something. Oh yeah, go up. No, with that same foot. You could prompt her. With this foot. There you go.
Good.
So sometimes we just have to tap on the area that we want them to move. All right. So then, we're done with our cinnamon roll?
I think so. This was just to show you some practicing if you don't have a ball. But if you do have a ball, let's try kick bowling.
All right, so now we're going to start with our kick bowling activity. Okay, so kick bowling, we have a few items ready. So we have, you can have whatever you want, whatever you have at home. Some cups that are stacked like that. Okay, you've done this already quite a few times because we've done the regular bowling, and now you're doing kick bowling. So whatever items you use for regular bowling, you could use that for kick bowling. It's just something to knock down. So you could get your cups, you could stack them up, you could get your water bottles or your any type of bottle box, a long skinny box, anything that you can knock down. Okay, so you set those up however you want. It could be one or two things. These are just examples. So you set them up however you want, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So what you want to do for kick bowling is if you're standing and doing this, I'm going to use the towel first. I'm going to step and I'm going to kick, try to knock some of my targets down.
Good kick.
Right now I'm standing very close to my target, okay? So I'm just working on making sure I'm kicking in the correct direction on accuracy, okay? So I'm going to stand behind my ball. I'm going to try again. I'm going to step to the side of my ball and kick and try to knock down another target, okay? So now, Miss Debbie's going to go ahead and show us, or Miss Arlene's going to show us how we do kick bowling if we're sitting down.
And we're going to use a hockey stick and we're going to strike the ball to hit the targets.
Can you move me up a little?
Sure. No, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yay.
Let's try to let me see if I can angle. Try those two.
There you go.
Very
Good
good.
job.
How about the yellow one?
Good. So you can strike the ball using a stick, or if they're able to push their foot and move their foot and
maybe
kick
we'll
the
come
ball,
up.
you can do that as well.
Let's move up closer and see if we can do that. What do you say?
Sounds good.
All right.
And then, or you could use it without. Yep.
Nice.
Good.
Nice.
Good.
Wow, what about those cups? Wow.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Very good.
She's an overachiever.
Nice job, Miss Arlene.
And with the kick bowling, like I said, you could always start really close. You could put a spot on the floor. It could be a pillow. It could be a blanket. It could be a towel to stand on so that you know where to stand. You step on the side. You kick. If it becomes too easy for you, you can make it harder by either moving the things you're knocking down, the pins. You can move them back, or you can move your spot back further. Okay, so the main thing for kick bowling is you find a spot to stand on, you step, and then you kick and try to knock down your items just like we did in bowling, okay? Anything else?
Well, there's another thing we could do, just for extra practice. You could set things up either outside in the backyard where you can kick harder, or inside. We set some things up here. And whether you're kicking or whether you're knocking down with a club, you hold that, we're going to go knock down those items, okay? So you can just set these up.
So there's some items here set up standing, and Miss Arlene's going to come and she's going to knock them down with the club. But you could also do this if you are standing, okay? So if you have those items all set up like that and you spread out, and you could either set them up together or spread them out however you want. Spread out your different items, and then you can go and knock them down with your foot.
Yeah.
And you're still practicing kicking, okay? Good.
Fun. I like kicking those down.
And you could do that with the ball as well. Like if you want to knock down the pins using the balls to practice more control of the ball. And Miss Debbie, she's already a professional.
I didn't get it.
There we go. It doesn't want to fall. That's okay. You hit it. It
I
counts.
hit it. when these balls are really, I mean, these bottles are great outside or on linoleum because there's a lot of sound to them. So when you kick them, you hear the sound as well as feel the kick. So these are fun to scatter around and do a lot of kicking.
Well, these are milk bottles or water bottles. They're just 1 gallon bottles that you can use instead of using a ball or a towel.
Right.
Or you can use it as a target. So they're really cool to use if you do drink milk or water or have these at home. It's good to save them to do all kinds of activities because we do have a lot of lessons with using these types of bottles.
Yeah, our homemade equipment.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Arlene.
Yes, thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you. Have a good
Have
day.
fun.